Well, I see we actually have 4 minutes until 8 o'clock. Maybe I'll play like a bullet game. I'll play like a bullet game. And then we'll start fresh with the new arena in a few minutes. Alright, let's try to play bullet. I don't really play bullet on stream. Let's see how this works. Alright. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to take the center. Oops, don't lose our bishop. Now I can play queen here, attacking the pawn with tempo. Boom. Alright, long castle. There comes b4. Let's strike with e4. I'll strike in the middle. They seem not ready for that. I don't know. I don't know. Let's bring them out. h5, h4. Operate on the king that's now guarding this pawn. There's a strike. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's such bad development. Where are your rooks? Okay. We can have a look at that real quick. Well, we wait for the next arena in a couple minutes, though. Let me send out this link to my Discord. We're going to get some really fun games. I got some new ideas to show you all in my gambits that I've been researching. Where do I go here? Content. So I'm really excited for this arena. It's going to start in a couple minutes. Let's get that shareable link. And send it in. It's been a big day. I'm moving. Not far, but just within New York. I signed my new lease today. And I'm exhausted. I just came from the gym, so I'm physically exhausted, but I feel like mentally okay. So after this, I'll be mentally and physically exhausted. I don't know if those are necessarily so different. All right, wait. Let's pick an arena to join. 7:59 here on the East Coast. Play arena tournaments. We want 1, 3, 5, or 10. Let's do 5. I think 5 is good. 5 is good. So we got a minute till that starts. Our gambit glass is ready. Let me do something here with the mic. Just gonna put it on a couple of books. Look at that. That's what I'm reading. Talbot Vinnick. Their 1960 World Championship match by Michael Tal himself. Blunder Villager, Skip Eyes from North Wales. Awesome, welcome. Wow. That's actually really cool. Are you close to Wrexham or like the countryside? I don't have many bearings in Wales. I'd love to go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Really aggressive line against the Alcan where you sack
2,
the rook. Wait.
1, 0.
Alright, wait, here we go. We're gonna start off this arena against Potsameric. I know my man Potsameric. My score is 2-0, it says here. From Canada. Alright. Good luck, sir. On the coast, very nice. Can we get a Jobava? Oh! I've been pranked. It's a Von Poel Gambit. Alright. One of the better ways to play against this, I believe, is with like c6, c6. This is like an interesting way to play. What's up, Mr. Cruciferous? I guess, well, what can happen here is if I take it now, I thought maybe I'd have like e5. Okay, if I take it now, and now bishop f5, perhaps. Now we're like a von Hennig, but they've played bishop g5. So maybe I feel like with these guys, I've stopped d5 and I've gotten my bishop here to not get checkmated. Not that white still doesn't have a lot of attacking ideas, but yeah, basically my own gambit has been used against me. I am getting another taste of my own medicine here. My own gambit used against me. Push e7. Exactly. Do not cite the deep gambit to me, witch. Yeah, that's actually was the thumbnail of another video where my viewer also played the von Poel gambit against me. I think here, for the most part, things seem solid. Like, there's going to be no d5. And if there's no d5 and I've gotten kind of everything else really well defended, don't know how you'd break through if you're white. But yeah, you can also, you know, this is like the worst case scenario. You know, you just don't win right away, and I just kind of have to deal with this position this way or this way. I don't see any issue going this way, actually. What is up, everyone? Mr. Bader, Mr. Windmiller, Radnell, Dog. Dog, what a great username. So, things are solid. I think, like, let's say white just does something like this. Like, what's my plan? Play maybe here. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Maybe an 8d5 has some sense. I don't want, like, a capture here and then lose this. Alright, let's include this move h6. I think my bishop will probably hide on h7 in a lot of cases. I think probably something white should have done to make some issues is some knight move, and then putting this on the table, like chasing this guy. Bishop f4 played. Now I wanted to... Well, no, white can take it twice. White can actually take and take again. Takes and take my bishop, right? So in that case, let's start with knight b6 to better fortify this. Yeah, 'cause pressure here, right? I didn't have d5 as well controlled as I thought. They can take it. Bishop b3, I expect. And yeah, I'm just... But you know, like, this isn't how I want to be playing. It's not really how I want to be playing. Let me shrink this a little bit. How I want to be playing is the one on the other side of the pawn sacrifice, not just accepting them and just defending positions, you know? But this is like the absolute worst case if you play a von Poel, that your opponent will just maybe kind of hold it together a little bit as best they can. Let's bring our knight in. Attacking this bishop. I see my mouse spazzing a little bit. Bishop e5. Maybe I'll take and bring the other one. I don't want to let them build up a lot of pressure. Perhaps something like this makes sense. Alright, let's make this trade. Trades are good. Trades are good. Less trades, less pieces that can checkmate me. Sorry. You understood what I meant. More trades. Fewer pieces that can checkmate me. Let's go knight d7, try to get rid of that. He's kind of bothering me. I feel like, you know, like if I gave away some time there, knight here, rook comes around, like, you know, there's serious threats down this way. The rooks are in good spots. I mean, I'm not sure this was that smart. Knight d7. I think like bishop f4 and then Like long term, I'll also have to watch out about this. Against bishop f4, I'll probably play queen a5. I'll try and get my pieces out. Looking at the e2 pawn, and I also have this resource with the 5th rank. Oh wow, I'm so sorry to hear. My sincere condolences. I look kind of tired. I am, actually. That's a very astute observation. I am kind of tired, but I really wanted to stream, and I was just like, you know, let me power through. Here, let me shine the light more at me. Turn on the other light here. Activate myself, and I'll take one of these. Oh. I haven't had any caffeine today, actually. Okay, let's take this bishop. Alright, here comes potentially the scary guys. Potentially the scary guys. Honestly, I want to just trade them too. I don't know. Okay, he doesn't want that. Do I have here f5, or are you going to sacrifice? f5 takes, I'm winning. f5 takes, well, I can even move my king maybe, but takes, I think I'm good. I think I've got everything covered. Rook takes e6. Rook f6 I would play. And here, this is my defensive strat, and my goal here was kind of to just put him in a situation. I'm not sure this is good lighting. Was to just kind of put my opponent in a situation where they're out of pieces a little bit. You know, like trade takes f5. Like, yeah, it's scary, but kind of out of pieces. So even king f7 is worth considering. Or just queen f8. Let's go queen f8. Now maybe we can use this. I want a queen f7 here. So you can't take, your queen's hanging. You can give a check, but we're that's just a big trade. It's just kind of a big trade. Let's go takes. Not sure it was so smart. Oh, I have very little time here, but I think for the most part we've defended this. Check, I got bishop g7. My queen is, because we protect this pawn also. My next move would be not rook e8. Takes, I would lose that rook. Is this an idea? I don't know if nothing else is happening. Now rook e8 is still not a good move. Rook d8. I don't really know what's happening here. I don't have a lot of time. All right, well, I think I'm up a piece. I think for the most part this has been defended. So we just try to cover what we can here. Of course, they don't want trades, but okay, well, that seemed good. Oh no! What's happening? Wow. What a game. What a wild game. That was a very interesting one against my man Potsdam. I faced a Von Poel Gambit. GG, sir. So c6 here. I mean, I don't think it's the top recommendation of the Von Poel. It's like something with this line against f3. But c6, I think it's just generally a useful move, like against queen takes f3 and problems here, and against d5. And it allows me to put the bishop on f5 and play kind of a von Hennig. And I think for the most part this was solid. I think everything white did made a lot of sense. I was just able to trade things off. I don't think this was ever really working. I think for the most part we were able to hold white's attack at bay. I think if I were white, I'd try to keep as much on as possible, like here, bishop f4. And then again, like, it's not so bad to be white there. Like, bishop f4, like yeah, you can continue making threats, you can continue lifting rooks. I just think I was able to make enough trades that, you know, by the time that the sacrifice happened to expose my king, I was okay. There just wasn't a lot on the board to get me, and I was just kind of up a piece. But a very good game there. Very good game. I had to play, you know, not my favorite style. Certainly not my favorite style. What's up, what's up, what's up? Exactly. I feel like... Okay, wait. I feel like what's making me tired is all this, like, darkness. Because I got my green screen behind me, which I guess blocks the light. Maybe here, now we're backlit. Adjust this. Whoa, okay. Okay. How's that? Is that a little weird? Tell me what you guys think about the lighting. I'm blocking my own view of the chat. Alright. E6. I think the line where you can play e5 with the idea of queen a... Yeah, queen a5, knight d7, e5. Something like that in the von Poel is kind of how you'd strike first. I am now facing a scholar's checkmate idea. Oh, there's a fun gambit that one of my viewers showed me here. There's a very fun gambit. It was also featured briefly in a Schrantz video. It's with f5. Instead of just like accepting against this is against the form of checkmate, instead of just like accepting like a slightly better position with like here and here and here, you play f5. C3 is not what I was expecting, although it does stop what was going to be my next move, which was knight d4. So like takes, I wanted to come in there. Let's go knight f. I mean take. No, don't go takes. Don't go takes. That's the one thing they're playing for. All right, knight f6. So let's continue pressuring right there. I think maybe they can play d3. Maybe they're okay. Oh, okay, but they do take. That's good news. That's good news. Oh, what a fun position we have here, Mr. Vader. This is for you. This is for you. The Silly William Gambit. What do we got? I don't have my our favorite resource. I think I should just take this. And I think we just got kind of a glorious position. My opponent did not do something it did something a little unorthodox, but there's some really, really fun lines that was showed to me by Mr. Matt Bader in this position here, playing f5 takes. Well, the idea is like you want to go knight f6, you want to go knight d4, you want to d5. So it's actually really, really fun, and it was also a Schrantz video. Let's go they go d3. So I think we just got a great position. Like I can castle this way or this way. Let's go short, because I think that rook will be on a great spot right away. Maybe the bishop should have been on c5, honestly, because then the rook could have been there and hitting f2. But I didn't really want to go long because I felt like maybe this could be ruined. And well, the main thing was short was just even better. Silly William on the board. This is my first one. And I'm excited. Okay, what do we got? Should just play h6. Should just boot you out. Well, I actually can't really even play g5 if bishop h4. But if takes, I was going to go here. This queen takes g4 is playable, yeah? Let's go up. Castles, bishop g4, queen e3. I wanted to win Something in this line, win the knight, rather, in this line. 3d4. Can't quite make it work. This was the point of queen d7 as well. So, yeah, my rook feels like it's in a very dangerous spot here. Now, what if I go knight g4? I'm taking away this square for your queen. My next move, I just want to back up and trap you. You played this 100 times and they always take on f5. Kitty counter gambit. What is the kitty counter gambit? Okay, yeah, they can back up with their queen here. I'm trying to like win right away. But I guess I'm not quite seeing it. Alright. No worries. Queen can run away. Yeah, they got everything defended in their position, even if it's really bad. You won. All right, my latest idea here is h5 to try and... Well, they can all... No, they don't have f3, right? I got go here. So, yeah, they go there. I was going to go an 8. Oh, I have to go to f6. I don't want to lose that. Now I want to put that on the table. It's kind of what I was playing at. Just want to get a little hook. Obviously, I can kind of do whatever I want because they're in absolutely no position to do anything to me. So, like, you know, anything goes here, really. Oh, other than maybe losing this pawn. Whoops. All right, time to go for our thing. Time to go for our thing. Everyone's so afraid of the bush gas. Nobody wants to play knight f3 anymore. Knight f3 on move 2 was proven lost. So they had to go bishop c4 and queen h5 instead. It's proven lost by the bush gas gambit. I don't know. The thing about the sacrifice, right? So it's like takes, queen takes. It's a situation where it's like, what are you doing about knight g4? Wow. I mean, to decline it altogether. Knight e4? Probably just backing up was the smartest. Alright, that's not really a gambit anymore. My opponent sort of accepted my gambit with pawn takes f5 here, but then they left that pawn there for me. They're really not accepting this. They're really not. I have an absolutely wild idea. I was going to go rook takes e5 if they go knight takes. Takes, and then rook takes f2. Attacking this pawn. Yeah, wait. Oh, can I go? Oh! Takes the queen. Takes. Oh. Oh. Stop. What if they go rook takes e4, though? Okay, I'll figure that out. Take the queen, take the pawn, king over mate. Rook e4. Stop. Stop it. No. No, that's too good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was nice. That was nice. We just left everything hanging. We just left everything hanging. Like they didn't want to take us back after we took here, right? So they just like kind of playing defensive and everything. They go knight takes. It's their first ambitious idea, right? So like, okay, they're gonna leave f2 to undefended for 1 second while they attack our queen. We don't even defend our queen. Take the pawn. Take the queen. check, and then knight g3 is checkmate. No matter where you go. I'm not sure it was actually working though. Oh, it was actually working. Oh, -3. You guys can see that eval bar, right? And then it goes even higher after knight takes, because of rook takes f2. Takes legitimate into. Okay, they had a rook takes e4, but I guess I was gonna go check here, and then like queen. Yeah, queen, and then just get him. Just like get him. Rook e3 is saying like g4 to go g3, rook h2, and queen f2 or something like that. Yeah, I don't think it's a good situation for white. They didn't have much development here. Wow. First silly William Gambit leads to awesome queen sacrifice checkmate. Rook takes f2. Best move on the board. -5. Sack the queen checkmate. GG. Thank you guys. I'm streaming. Text me. That was my roommate. Thank you, Desert Lightning. $20? Thank you so much. Wow. That's so nice. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Wow, Desert Lightning. Shout out to you. Okay. Awesome. Do you guys have like the supers and the custom emotes, like kind of the same thing that you'd get from being a subscriber on Twitch? Do I have that here on YouTube? The board isn't cropped well. Crop that better. Okay. D4. Goring Gambit. Instead of recapturing the pawn with the bishop, I can actually play my dark square bishop to h6. Wasn't there pawn on d3 at the time? I think that was. I'm not remembering the exact position. So we get a Goring on the bishop. Bishop 8. But that is a fun little pattern to know. All right, takes. We got a Goring here. D5 is what people play to decline the Goring. You know, if they're as kind of the automatic way to decline the Danish, that actually works. Here, it is not so simple. It is not so simple. For example, if you just kind of want to proceed with bishop e7, I will play. I was going to say knight takes d4, attacking this, which is a whole mess of issues for black. Bishop g4, I'm not exactly sure what to do. Let me think about this. My instinct is to go queen e1 check and then move the knight, like knight takes d4. Seems a little lame. Queen a4 I can't because bishop takes f3 will defend that for a moment, and I don't want that to happen. Queen takes d4 is also an option. Rook e1, bishop e7. Can I hit it? Let's go queen e1. Queen e1 I think is the move here. I'm not totally sure. But okay, bishop e7. I'll go knight takes d4. And that's actually a really tricky situation for black, because you can't castle in that position. I'll play knight takes c6 with a fork. Hi, William. I'm so glad I finally caught your stream. Thank you. I'm glad you did too. Welcome. You go bishop g4 with tempo and then castle long. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, so the bishop comes straight to g4 instead of f5. You really got all the pieces firing in those lines. I like it. Goring is better than the Scotch Gambit? Yes. I mean, I don't know. Who am I to say? But yes. Your one, that's definitely true, is your opponent doesn't know it. All e5 players will know the Scotch Gambit. Almost none of them will know the Goring Gambit, which is huge because you're not playing against Stockfish. You're playing against a human in a situation where they're going to make mistakes with their king in the middle. And a lot of people confuse it for the Danish, but with the inclusion of knight f3 and ac6, it makes a lot of differences, and it's just... I don't think there's anything that the Danish has that the Goring doesn't, because that like it's just the best possible transposition. All right, I want to play a move here again such that there's no castling, but that seems like there's no such move. I want to play here in one turn, but I can't. So I probably should just develop. Let's go. Where's a good spot? Okay, bishop g5. Yeah, I mean, I think with the Scotch Gambit, like, it's totally fine, but I think it's not hard at all for black to equalize, right? They play that main line with, like, knight f6, d5, and knight e4, bishop d7, all that stuff. Like, you're not getting some fun gambit-y position most of the time, right? You're just getting some theoretically equal line. Where's the fun in that? I have a weird move here. I gotta move my queen anyway. I'm gonna play a weird move. I'm gonna play queen b1. Because c5 is coming. Oh, this was actually stupid. I was gonna go knight f5. But... yeah, this was stupid. Because my knight hangs here. Oh, and doesn't hang. Shout out to that bishop. Oh. So c5 knight f5 is good. Okay, let's put you... here or here? Here. Now c5 is even harder. I will go take and take the pawn, distracting this bishop. And I can still play knight f5 for fun. Another move I can do for fun was knight a5. Yeah, that was actually going to be really annoying, threatening this fork and not easily defended. Here, I'm taking this though, right? Okay. I mean, I had knight f5 there, but this seemed even better. Takes, bishop takes, and I'm up a pawn. Bishop takes, knight takes, and I'm also up a pawn. You can take me here, but again, it seems like a pawn. Unless you want to go pawn takes, which I want you to do. Do it. I'm seeing a message. Danish has the d5 forced line where white gets nothing. That's true. That's true. And that's even after if they decide to go takes and takes, right? Or they can also just kind of, after c3, play d5 on move 3. And I know this has been discussed, but I've never actually seen anything convincing for white at all that would convince me to want to play that. You know, instead of even taking on c3. Let's go knight f5 now. This seems good stuff. Look, there's a lot of very good openings other than the ones I recommend. Totally. I don't mean to say anything to the contrary of that. I just don't think the Danish or the Scotch Gambit are particularly inspired choices, if I had to say. This is a good move. Trying to come across, but it's not easy. Let's go to e3. Seems like a good spot. g3 is also a good spot. e3 is a good spot. Need to stop taking so long. I also don't like this. I need to use all my pieces here. This is the next logical point to attack, right? Like, for example, knight d5. This bishop is well, guarding this. Could play c4, could play queen out. Alright, let's just play queen c2. Let's just play queen c2 while I'm thinking about big plans. Don't want my whole time clock to run. This is just a practical move. It makes sense to free this. What is my next plan? Could be knight d5. It could just be like rook d2, rook d1. Is there any rush I have in this position? It's not like... oh, I don't think that was a good choice. Now... oh, yeah, now we've got free reign. Also, why don't I just take this? Let's go c4, actually, to guard this real quick. Yeah, this bishop's not looking so hot. It's not looking so hot. With some big clunkers stuck on its color. Knight might sit well here, although you can take that away. But we've got some nice spots for Mr. Knight. Is knight h6 any good? It would have been. I think the bishop was here. I don't think I had an opportunity to do it before the bishop was there. Did I? I don't think so. Can I get my rook to h5? Maybe? h6? Okay, you're going there. Just give me this, yeah? Why not? Why not? I mean, I don't imagine this happening. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. It was going to connect to me. If not, let's guard it. Queen b6 was a good move. Because if like c6, then I was going to come down with the rook. Okay, let's just play h3 while I think about what to do. Knight f5 and something on this file seems like the move. Like, let's say trade and queen in. Here and here seem like my next couple moves. And I feel like not a lot that black can really do to me. Let's go here. Check here. Queen b8. Oh, not a lot of time. Rook a8. Nice move. Distraction. Everything's coming together there at the end. G3, or f4 rather. Nice, 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 nice. Nice. Yeah. So I think my position was just better. My position was just better, and it was better out of the opening. My opponent was confused by the Goring Gambit. The 4e5, knight f3, and so this is the Goring. Like this, right? Where we've included knight f3, knight c6. You know, you heard me reference a couple times, unlike the Danish, where you'd have like this position, for example, without this. And there's a couple reasons why it's much better. For example, like if black plays knight c6 here, knight f3 is your best move anyway. But it takes away ideas of d5, because takes would have a direct tempo on the knight. So, you know, black never really has that resource, for starters. And white's much closer to castling, and knight c6 is not helping black castle the fastest way. So, you know, there's like a couple fundamental reasons, and there's concrete reasons as well, why it's better this way, in my view. We had d5 here, and we have this option for bishop d3, because in this position, right, if you had played a Danish and had this position with the knights here, you would have nothing to do with this bishop, and you'd just be a pawn down for nothing. But here we have this bishop takes c6 line, takes castles, which is a great way to play against this. Because, like I said, this is a really tricky position. If they take your pawn, we have like ideas with like queen e2 check, and they take c3 and bring our rooks to the middle, which is really, really nice. And just lots of issues down this file in general. For example, like takes. Here, knight takes c6 is a nasty fork. If they take your queen, you can win a piece here with that intermezzo check. And bishop d7, they could play here. You have queen f3, still attacking this. Knight c6, it's still annoying. Like, you still can't castle. Takes, queen takes. You're going to lose your rook if you move your queen, so you got to go here. Still can't castle in a lot of these lines. So it gets really frustrating for black in a lot of cases. My opponent played bishop g4, which is actually the top engine move, and somehow I didn't know it. Actually, I faced this once. I see here. I played h3 and 1. In this position, in this time around, I played queen e1 check, getting out of the way of this pin, and knight takes d4. So again, it's -0.2. I guess, well, they do have a bishop pair, and my queenside development's not great, or even existent. But with knight takes d4 here, we're attacking c6, which is more than just a pawn, because you can't just castle and allow that fork. You would lose something. So my opponent comes back bishop d7, and I think at this point, I guess I have nothing. What was the best choice here? It was h3. So the engine's giving takes. What's the difference? Oh, g4. Wow, aggressive. Bishop e7. Just get rid of that pin and then come after the c6 pawn. Lots of different ways. And that's hard to defend. Yeah, like I keep saying, the knight on c6 is going to deliver a nasty fork right there. Interesting stuff. It's saying like queen d6, then we'll bring them all out. Knight will come to c4 in a couple moves. Queen's coming here. Good stuff there. In the game, I just played queen e1, check, takes, bishop d7, and we just developed kind of like normal. I had this weird idea with queen b1, which is totally fine, as you see. I had to move the queen anyway, kind of, and while b1 is an interesting spot because I sense c5 coming, and I wanted to put my knight right there if I could get away with that, which I can. It was just like a forward move that gets rid of their bishop pair. Queen takes f5. This bishop will defend that knight, and hopefully my rooks can come into the middle, and we can play some nice chess there. So knight f5 was a spot I was eyeing. Rook b8 makes a lot of sense. My opponent continues to get things into the game. That's not the best because of, I guess, just this. It's a good spot for the bishop, and I no longer have this resource. I mean, it doesn't seem like the end of the world, but it is a good bishop pair, I think. Black has played extremely well to this point. They're threatening take and check, actually, to win that bishop, so it's something you gotta watch out for. So I think just a good bishop pair for black here in an open position that they were able to achieve. But they played c5, allowed this, and g takes was probably a mistake. Probably better to give this pawn. What can they do here? And yeah, I don't know, just use their files, use their lines. Everything's open here. And not great stuff from my heavy pieces, I guess. So c5 takes, pawn takes was a serious concession and was probably not worth the cost of this pawn, because now like I'm jumping knight in. They have the bishop pair, yes, but and maybe some nice pieces. Rooks are better than mine. I just don't think it's worth what happened to their king. And I think it becomes pretty hard for them to play really quickly. That was a big mistake, and I noted that at the time. Yeah, I mean, what they had going for them was the bishop pair, and this is the best piece on the board. Probably better here to play like f5, play c4, and I think you can kind of straighten this out a little bit if you're black, because it's not really clear I'm just going to checkmate my opponent or anything like that. But they played takes b3, which gives me access to a number of squares, right? So like, you got lots of dark square pawns, and you trade off your light square bishop. The light squares are now ready for the feasting for this knight. Like, you can jump here, I have c4, I have rook d5 here. Like, all my threats are going to be along light squares. So, yeah, also that pawn on a7 was hanging here, and I grabbed it. Wasn't even the best move, because queen b6 was actually a nice resource. g3 you wanted. I mean, if your position's so good you could play g3 and be that much better, then I think that kind of underscores the point. But yeah, I think this is just really, really pleasant for white here, not only with the extra pawn, but just because this is their only piece. It's just a big pawn that I was able to attack anyway here with queen g4 and rook there. I guess they had check and bishop f8 to hang on. But even then, I was thinking something like b4 and just coming across could be good, and delivering a couple mate threats there. So yeah, just good stuff here. And rook a8 was the nice little finishing touch here, distracting the rook. If bishop f8, I would take it anyway with the pin, and queen g7 next turn. So yeah, cute little move there, rook a8, nice tactic, all the pieces coming together. And that was an important inclusion. I guess they would have had a rook and piece for the queen, playing takes g8. But otherwise, I mean, we didn't have much time here at all. Okay, GG. Let's get back to it. Let's proceed. Center game's interesting. I found it kind of annoying to play against, if I'm being honest. Actually, I will say, queen takes d4, and just going queen e3, knight c3, bishop d2, long castles. It's a very simple idea. I think your opponent's not going to be prepared for it. I think you can easily know it much better than your opponent, because the bar is kind of at zero there. So yeah, I mean, until people start learning what to do against it, it's a very good resource. Any games you can recommend after opening d4? Like for the white side? Yes. It's one called the Von Poel Gambit on my channel. This one, not to be confused, the Von Hennig Gambit. So it was a standard caro there. Main line, d takes e4. They're expecting knight takes e4, but we play bishop c4, taking advantage of that new diagonal. They defend the pawn. We try to gambit this pawn. What we're playing against is that bishop. That bishop is the key. That bishop is the key. If it gets out here and they are able to play e6, then they're probably good. This is interesting. This is interesting. It's like, yes, this is an interesting move. I don't know what to do. I should probably just take it, honestly, because takes... Obviously, rook takes d1 is so much better than any other capture. And that really moves the needle on whether this is good. But if I just go takes, I mean, your knight needs to move. Knight d7, maybe even f4 there to try and grab it. I do also have... That sucks. Bishop e3, playable. Bishop e3 is playable, but it can't be the best. This has to be what to do. Knight takes, interesting. I'm probably just going king takes, though, because I want my knight here. Pawn on c6 does a good job against it. You know, like, otherwise these resources would be big. I would be just trying to jump right in there. For example... After knight, yeah, if this pawn were on c7, knight d5 would be a great move, right? As soon as those queens leave home, hit them on c7. All right, what to do here? f4. Interesting. When knight c5, b4, and then they're threatening this at the end of that. e6 is also a cool move. e6 I think might be a good move. I like e6. Knight b6 is a check, right? So takes. I could, yeah, let's grab this one. This is a pin. It's kind of annoying. And then again, we're in a situation about this pawn where either I'm gonna win it, or you're gonna give me this development that I've been wanting. Okay, my opponent really doesn't want to do that, so let's go to take c4, and I think I'm just up a pawn. I can't keep these on if I'm up a pawn. They're the gambit glasses, but I think I'm up a pawn and I have the compensation. So my opponent played an anti-gambit. Down material and no compensation. The opposite of compensation. I could trade, but I kind of like how annoying this is. Isn't this really annoying? I mean, look, my opponent can long castle also probably with tempo. So, I mean, it's not like I did something... necessarily so good, but the way I make my decisions is I'm like, what does my opponent not want? If I were black, what would I not want my opponent to do? And my opponent's plan with knight b6 was pretty clear. They wanted to go knight takes c8 and they wanted to castle. They wanted to trade off for this annoying bishop. And so I just like, okay, this is annoying. Bishop b3, it stops what you wanted to do. They now have to come up with a whole new idea of what you're going to do with your king. Alright, I mean, I'm just developing here. Knight d6 I can play at any moment if I feel like it. But in the meantime, we'll continue king c2. Bishop d6. So this is the whole new idea they came up with. They put the knight in the way. Could be annoying. Alright, let's go takes and check. Now, again, like, queens aren't even on, so, like, king safety is not a huge issue, but again, we stopped them from castling with a brand new bishop. Let's go to e2. Okay, 30 seconds. Also, opposite color bishops might be a little annoying, but I think it's fine. Let's get the king right there. That's where we want to be, I think. Safe spot. No, nothing really cooking there. Bishop b5. I could play knight d4 if I wanted. I'll just go here. Yeah, rook f8 could be giving me some annoying checks. I gotta move. 21 seconds. Not a lot. Seconds. Can I take a7? Yes. And here's why not. Yeah, take a7. My knight on d4 is doing a phenomenal job. There's really nothing black can do to play through that. Well, they can play a6 right now, if they were desperate. Ah, knight d3. Have to watch out for that. Knight c4 is annoying. I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Knight e6. Oh, did I have knight? No, I didn't have it last turn. I just kind of want to swap these guys. Then we'll deal with this endgame. I think I gave king c5, king c4 there. So I'll have to be smarter than what I just did. Me undoing my own things. I have knight f3 and e5, but I think this is... yeah. Honestly, probably just gonna flag them, but I did want to win for real. Trying to just drive them back. Here, this seems really annoying. Takes, now h5. No, I did this so wrong. Oh, don't take my pawns. No! Oh, I'm victorious. I win? This is a win? It gave me a win here? I didn't even think... Because they have a pawn, and they could promote... In theory, they could promote to, like, a bishop or knight, and then checkmate themselves. It's because they... Oh, my goodness. I've heard... I've never gotten this straight. I think it's, like, different rules in USCF or FIDE or Lichess or Chess.com about whether you call this position when black flags a win. Just because of the possibility, like, the standard was supposed to be if there are a legal set of moves where black could get checkmated, then you should lose, right? So that legal set of moves is promoting to a knight and here and here. But I've heard some exceptions to that because, like, if it's, like, that ridiculous. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I definitely messed that endgame up. I kind of lost all my pawns there. What I needed was my knight on f6. Oh, sorry, I haven't been reading this chat. Let me catch up. Covering Yan deniers with 2 knight f6. No, I haven't covered 2 knight f6 yet. I know there's the abstinence gambit as recommended by Mr. Highly Cruciferous. Yan deniers by playing knight f6. GG guys. Okay. I have not played as many games as other. Why do all my games take so long? I've only got four games here. Yeah, that was a crazy blitz out. Somehow these have all ended in crazy blitz outs, kind of. I don't know. Char Sport. Alright, maybe let's be a little faster here. Let's be a little faster. Oh. We were just talking about this. This is a Danish. Let's play d5. Let's see what they got cooking. What you got cooking here. So, I know there's a couple moves. I'll go queen takes. I don't think I realized just how much Matt Bader, thanks for the donation. Let's play Silly William Gambit. Yes, that was great. What a great moment that was, right? No, I really hope you enjoyed that, and that wouldn't have happened if not for you. So, thanks so much. Thank you so much, man. All the best. Truly. Alright, can we do this? Trying to keep some pressure here. I don't really know any theory. I'm trying to win this. I think what I should have done maybe was just this swing, but I didn't want to get hit real quick with like things like that. My king's still in the middle. Okay, bishop d2, we're under attack again. This might be annoying. Obviously d5 would be nasty. But my point is bishop e2, take, and I want to force pawn takes. And then I want to eat this. So I think somehow I tricked him. And this is not what you want at all. If you're... Let's just go here. Takes, there's queen a4 check or something. I'd go back, and I feel like I'd give them something. Knight f6 just stops this. I don't know. Castle if you want. Castle if you want. Be my guest. Be our guest. Be our... Where's that go? It's from Beauty and the Beast. Oh yeah, I'm moving. I'm moving. That's the big news in my life. Not far. Still in New York City. But from a 5-bedroom to a 1-bedroom. Big change. For me. I'll be moving to Williamsburg, which is this really fun neighborhood here in New York City that I absolutely adore. Let's go takes. And they takes a 3 check. Yeah, this seems good. Whew. Look at this. Look at this. Somehow things just can kind of work out where you can just keep their king around. And now we play bishop b6. Just kept their king in the middle. Play quicker. Okay. Will do. Play quicker. Good advice. My next move is just going to be here. Like, I might have, like, knight takes f3. Oh, ooh. What's this? Alright. I did say what my next move was going to be. But this was probably better. Knight takes a7. I'm just going to slide. I don't think I have anything much to fear. Is the queen ever going to come to a7? Probably not. I could take it. And then knight c2. Okay. Yeah, knight takes e2, bishop takes e3 should do it. Or takes. I just don't want to get hit first. I don't want to have to calculate anything. Mr. Gambit Cow, how you doing? Takes just kind of distracted my bishop here. Oh. You think you're the Gambit. I was raised in the Gambit. Molded by it. No. You think Gambit is your ally. How do not get checkmated here? Check. Oh yeah, rook d2. That was clutch, actually. That wasn't... I was looking at this, and I was like, how do I not lose to this and this? Okay, it's actually not that hard. You can even just play a6. But still, I don't know. Okay, but that was a fun game. That was a fun game. This was a fun game. Yeah, so I got a Danish. I mean, I don't really know any theory here. I mean, there's a number of things you could do. d5 is totally fine. Like, I think in this position, knight f6 is fine. D takes c3 is fine. I don't know. Queen takes d5 is what the engine's saying. Takes, we come out, we try to attack this pawn. And then they kind of play bishop d2, which is one move that's not towards castling. You know, you're trying to put this threat on my queen. And all of a sudden, yeah, nasty check, and I can force that to happen. And, yeah, just a rough situation. Okay, this was a huge miss. It really wanted me to take. I didn't like queen a4 check. Oh, I didn't see that they can't take this. There's knight c2. Nice. Okay. So, but yeah, knight f6 just stops d5. And otherwise, we just really keep the pressure up. We get both our rooks onto the d and the e files. Yeah, this is minus 5.6 at this point. I was never in any danger here. This was kind of some desperation, and we got him. Good stuff there. Good stuff. All right. Well, the arena has ended. The arena is ending. We'll join a new one. It's going to be 9 o'clock. We'll join a new one. Comment what time control you want me to play. Seems we're 7th. I only got to play 5 games here. I was here the whole time. How did I only play 5 games? Some people played like... This is more than double. Alright, well. I don't know what I'm complaining about, really. Congrats to them. I'm leaning towards 3+2, unless you guys want to see something else. Comment what you want to see. Tenno? We can do Tenno. It might be for the best right now. Just given my state presently. Any other thoughts? Or 15-10. 3-2. It's 8:59. Type your messages quick. 5 was not an option. Alright, I think we're doing 10. Typically, a5 is an option, but it was replaced by 3+2. 3+2 is nice, but I can't berserk in that, because then my opponent gets 3+2, and I get a minute and a half plus 0 when you berserk. Berserking there, taking away your increment, is big. That's big. Yazan 1010. This guy has the right username for 10-0. Think this is a coincidence? Alright. You guys see how infrequently I play Rapid by the fact that my rating has a question mark. Alright, let's try to berserk it. 5 minutes is still plenty of time. Ah, here. Let's get a Graif Banco. Let's get a Graif Banco. Knight f3 is tricky. So the thing is, b5... The deal with b5, this goes for the Graif Banco, this goes for the alphabet gambit with c4, a6. It doesn't really do anything unless b4 bothers the knight. Right? Like, if I play b5 here and white just plays, like, e3, and then just recaptures on c4, like, there's nothing really doing there. So, there's really no point to it in that sense. Even c5, d5, b5, you know, there's no knight out yet. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch gears a little bit. It's Mr. Roland Tan. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining. Join the Discord, sir. So you get notified when I go live and post new stuff. And you can join the awesome community of people sharing games and everything. B5. What about the Graif Budapest? Okay, I'll play that next time. I was also just trying out this one. The The Graif Banco. I probably need to come up with better names. I can't. It seems a little vain to keep naming things after myself. I don't. Those might be the only two out of everything, though. I'm trying to think. All right. Well, bishop here seems good. This feels like a solid extra pawn. I stopped commentating momentarily. C5 seems like it makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna go here. What I was gonna say about a6. My opponent's playing much faster than I thought they would for 10-0 time control and for having 10-10 in their username. All right, let's play h6 here. See what they want to do about that. c5 makes a lot of sense. I'll just play bishop e7 though. And yeah, like I said, really, really solid extra pawn. Really solid extra pawn. That's the deal with a6, right? The other thing a6 does really nicely that I was about to mention. I'll go knight d5. It's not necessary. Maybe rook c8 makes some more sense. Yeah, I kind of just want to see what you're going to do, honestly. Do they have an idea? a4. I'm kind of asking for it. b4. Knight back. I probably should have done something myself. Rook c8. I'm looking at c5. I'm just kind of generally putting this on the same file as their queen, the same way they did to me, which is deterring me from c5 at the moment. But yeah, what a6 is doing really well. All right, I think now we'll play knight d5. Is that with d5, it's threatening to go d takes c4, even if they recapture with that bishop. Even if they're recapturing with the bishop, as now c5 seems like a good opportunity to play b5 with tempo on it, and then bishop b7 is actually really nice. And in this situation, you saw they weren't in time to recapture, and I took it, and I played b5, you know, just because of that pawn. Got a couple choices there. How to recapture. We'll choose the bishop. Actually, that was probably not the best. Knight e4 seems like a good choice now. Maybe I should have traded and then taken. Anyway, this was annoying. Knight e4, bishop e3. Is that an option? Not clear what's happening there. Is it an option right now? It's a possibility. Queen b6, knight e4, takes, knight takes, bishop f2, knight takes e2, bishop takes b6, knight takes b6. Yeah, that works out for me. Queen b6 now puts a lot of pressure here all of a sudden, and I'm really looking at ideas of taking and taking. What I do have to watch out for is like not losing this knight before I can bring this last piece into the game. But like I said, really, really nice extra pawn now. Just a really solid extra pawn. I think my opponent's been playing pretty scared of me. Honestly, like they needed to do something. They needed to play a4. They needed to like jump knight e4. They needed to for them to play e3, bishop e2, and let me take this. Like at least bring that pawn to e4 or something. I think they gotta whip it into gear a little bit. Pawn takes is possible, but it seems pretty mean to my bishop. And you know, he's been doing good all game. That wouldn't be nice. e4, bishop c6 is totally fine. And I think that we're in a situation of anti-compensation, this term I coined last game. I don't know if I coined it, but where white is down the pawn and has the worst position. Anti-compensation. No worries, Mr. Roland. Welcome to the community and so glad to have you. This seems like the diagonal to operate from now. I can also take and jump in. Queen b7, bishop f3. I also have e5. Lots of ideas. Queen b7, bishop f3. Let's go to f6. Actually, bishop e5 seems like a good move in that position. e6, bishop e5. Actually, I don't think it's a good move. Bishop e5 and e4, and again, they have problems there. e7. Target there. Okay, they play bishop f3 against these nuisances. I think I can pick up a second pawn. I mean, I can just trade and such, but I think I can pick up a second pawn, because here now, if you recapture, I'm going to damage your structure. If you take here, well, I can play rook takes d5 and takes, but I can also, bishop takes e3 might be simpler. Nice intermezzo there of a bishop that was going to die anyway. Takes b2 was also an option. That might have even been a more precious pawn. This I didn't think was working. I don't remember why I didn't think that. I could just take and take. It's probably the simplest. Is also going to lead to some crazy stuff. Yeah, let's just do this. Takes, takes. And I think we can go 2 pawns ahead here. Alright, well, we spent a lot of time on the clock. Interesting. 84. Rook e3, they're fine. Rook d2. Queen c3. I think I should just go here. Don't have takes because I can guard that. I have trouble believing that that was my best move. Rook d2 probably was it. Queen c3 at knight d5. Can they play like this? Oh, you know what I should have done? Honestly, just take and given the queen, because I felt like... Actually, that's actually a huge haul, or even just take this. I have a rook and 2 piece. I had a knight, bishop, and rook in that case for the queen. But anyway, knight d5 is fine. Really? No, I think you're just losing material now. I think, and also there's no queen takes d3 still, because now you can't take this, because your pawn can't move. Your pawn can't move. They were getting really cute with the pin. You can't get too cute in situations like that where it's like you must recapture that piece or you're down. Because there's always kind of like some stuff that can, you know, complicate that. Like, if you're going to take the piece, take the piece. I mean, unless like your position is just much, much better, you can get away with that. But that was not the case for black. You know, for white. They were kind of asking for trouble by getting cute with recapturing that bishop, and now it's biting them because takes and takes. But like I said, I think there were some other resources I had. They can take d3 here. I'm not mated. They could. Here I have a couple strong choices. It's not a mate threat. That's guarded. But my next couple moves are here and here. Or knight takes h3. Will do, Mr. Cruciferous. Have a good one. Might remember me under the handle roll stand. I do, of course. I didn't know you were a roll stand. Rook d2 coming next. And here. Funny, you're good, you're good. I appreciate all of my fans very much. You guys are the reason why I do this. So thank you. And welcome. Yeah, I mean, I just come up with stuff that I think is going to give you guys the best win rate possible. And, oh, I had queen takes h3. Okay, wait, now I have queen takes h3. It's a little less cool because I don't need this rook. I should have done it with the other rook. This is my second queen sacrifice of the day. And it's so unnecessary. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Nice. I appreciate my opponent letting me do that on the board. Yeah, I had it here where it was even cooler. This was a nice spot to do it. Takes, takes, and mate. With just the knight covering there. With the rook covering, like mates are just more, like a little more aesthetically pleasing if it's barely checkmate, you know, like everything's covered once. But then, you know, when things are covered like multiple times, it's a little less aesthetically pleasing. But it was a nice queen sacrifice. It's also a little less nice there because everything else is there's a million moves that just also lead to mate in a second. But anyway, GG there, GG. I think that was just like a kind of a quality game where we tried to play the Graif Banco, but we didn't get an early knight c3, so there's no use in just playing b5 and just making a pawn trade there. You know, there's no b4 to bother that knight. And so we play e6 and d5, and not the best way for white to play, even if they can take c4 in one go. Obviously, even better if we can make them do 2 goes. But the point of a6 is to try and play e6, d5, take c4, and then try and play b5 either to hold that pawn. There's actually a nice line here where this is totally playable for black. It's actually a better version of a very common Slav line, although I don't want to get into that too much here. But e3, b5. So this is really nice. The reason we play a6 is because b5, and now we've got this extra pawn. Even if we're just, like I said, even if we're just attacking that bishop, we play b5, bishop b7, c5. You know, we're doing good stuff with our pieces there. And here, yeah, just a really solid extra pawn. And eventually, like, we made it more solid with that pawn trade on c5. You know, and this is not just like a random pawn on the board. Suddenly, this is probably the strongest pawn in the whole position. And we just continue to improve our pieces here. Everything comes out to good spots. And now this is a situation where things look not great for white. Knight's coming to e4, causing issues here and here. This knight on d4 is necessary to stop, you know, some ideas of sacrifice on e3. Queen b7 is another idea. You know, my rooks look nice. a5, b4, I can try at some moment, you know, if nothing else works. So I really like this a lot. Bishop f3 allowed me to kind of snag another pawn here, and they got really cute trying to pick that back up, so we just kind of won a piece. I don't think it really changed the outcome of the game much. GG. Oops. Let's go back to the arena. Okay. All right, we're kind of falling into the same trap as last time where our games take too long, and we fall out of contention in the arena. Oh, no, but I joined this arena like an hour and a half late anyway. That wasn't the start of it. Okay. Rolls or row. I like that. One thing we never got to hear is my backstory. You guys want to hear my backstory? My backstory, why I got into gambits. I guess there's a few things. I was a Rosen and a Strauss fan, probably like you all. I really liked his videos. I like that he was innovating genuinely in opening theory. That it was like, well, he showed, you know, that this line in the Nachmanson is not nearly as clear as the Stockfish valuation, or even if the Stockfish valuation is completely wrong. With that, like, you know, was it King G6 or King F6 refutation? Oh, the 1400 berserked against me. So, like, that was really cool stuff to me, and I really like his creativity. You know, I've always kind of fashioned myself a creative chess player or person. Try and play c3, get a Yang Yan on the board. Yang Yan. So, I think that was part of it. Also, part of it is that, what was I gonna say? It's kind of always how I tried to play openings. It's the same philosophy that I use in my opening preparation and theory in my classical games. You know, when I'm preparing for that. Where should this knight go? c2 is fine. In that, I have always been someone who does not like playing main lines. I like trying to come up with something new, even if it's like on like the 7th move of actually Queen 2 makes sense here. I really enjoyed that process of preparing and trying to find something that I think my opponent would falter in, basically. And it's kind of the same philosophy, I guess, that I apply in this stuff, right? I guess another thing would be maybe my general frustration, if you will. I could take and take if I wanted, but it seems kind of lame. With the same openings over and over, just seeing like another Rui or another Catalan going like 20 moves deep of prep, and like, you know, just like, where's the romance? Where's the excitement? Where's the innovation? You know, I mean, like, I don't have, like, major gripes with anyone or something like that. But my favorite style of chess is, you know, I grew up on the Morphe games, on the Fischer and the Tall games of you know, the great attackers. Those were always my favorite when I was a kid. And the other thing when I was a kid is I liked chess a lot as an art, I guess, and almost as a field of study. And, you know, like, oh, Taraj made this great innovation, and maybe queen g4 seems interesting. Put that on the table. Knight takes. Put some more on the table there. Although I think black here has a good option, which is takes and queen g5 that I didn't really see. But I wanted to make contributions to the field of chess, right? I wanted to contribute to the greatest game, like you know, a lot of my idols had when I was little, and you know, that would mean a lot to me. So, like, you know, the same way I read about them. Do I have here bishop takes g6 right away? Because I really don't want queen g5 in this position. Takes bishop g5. Can I somehow make this work? It's such a stretch. I would have to come back bishop d3. They play f5 as the best choice. Takes, knight takes. Queen g3. It's not a good choice. Alright. Oh well. Takes bishop g5. Bishop d3. It was close to working because I had h4 there. Anyway, that's my backstory, I guess. And then other than that, I've been a chess player always. I played my first rated tournament officially. I was 5 years old. And I loved the game. You know, I had ups and downs in my life with the game. Sometimes it was a source of frustration, you know, if I didn't win. But slowly but surely I became a little more healthy about it. I think I became really passionate about teaching. I was fortunate enough to be employed by Hunter College Elementary School, which was just a great experience in my life. I think 5 is a good move. Queen g3, queen g5. They won't lose immediately. Trade takes. Just because working with those kids, kind of want to keep the attack going. I don't want to. Let's keep the attack going. Let's prevent this queen trade option. But yeah, I think my opponent missed queen g5 a couple moves ago. And with king g7, it would have defended against takes g6, but I had 2 pieces there in addition to the queen. So 3 pieces. So takes, takes, queen takes. Then knight takes, and now it's just going to slide back. g3. Knight h5. I'm not sure what my big idea is. I don't have queen g4. I don't want to just repeat. I probably should have just slid back queen g3. It's fine. Knight h5, queen h3. Now keeps these both under attack. Queen h3, knight f4. Take, take. Okay, well, we're not repeating moves. Oh, queen g5. Okay, fine, I'll trade and take this rook. Sometimes you can't always win the absolute cutest way. Sometimes... Alright, let's... I think this was their big resource, maybe if they had one, which is like knight f4 and such. But now we've blocked that bishop. They've played d5 and blocked it themselves. The h3 check is a cute move, but I can ignore it. g3 and king g2. Bishop a6 was their idea. Rook e1 was perfectly fine. If I need a ghostwriter for the book, I'll volunteer. Thanks so much. I don't know if my story is quite so interesting as to write a book, but I'm very flattered, you guys. Thank you. But what I was going to say about the coaching, because this is, I think, actually like a maybe more profound point, is that I really liked sharing what I had, almost sharing what I understood about the game, almost more than just competing. For me, I feel like that fulfilled something for me, and you know, especially with children. So I had the opportunity to do summer day camps with them and to go to national tournaments, and work with, I had some private students. I had a lot of private students through college, actually. I was doing like 10 a week, maybe, in addition to all my coursework. It was back when it was, my only source of income, which was really fun. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't enjoy it. And I think now YouTube and YouTube Live serves that purpose for me in terms of sharing with the world. Sharing this game that I love and the ideas that I have with the world, which, I've had the absolute privilege of learning from so many great chess minds and just minds in general, that stretches beyond the game, at various like summer day camps and everything, right? So, and I've had so many cool experiences through chess and through life, just across the world with a lot of people. So I feel like I do have something to share, and I really enjoy doing this. It really makes me feel fulfilled to share that with as many people as I can, and to brighten their lives and their minds and their chess through this channel and through the game. Like, there's no other like higher grade, like, that is the reason I do this, with the ad revenue I get per month, I could probably do that in one lesson. So it's really the passion. It's really you guys. It's honesty hour, y'all. Let's play a reverse Leela Gambit with h4. Oh, I'm glad you guys like that. Thanks, Aruva, Abdul, your move. You're in France. Vive la révolution. Vive la Gambit. Vive la résistance. How was your experience with the Olympics? Olympics were great. Honestly, like, such a good job. And everybody was so scared that everything was going to go wrong, but that's not what happened at all. They killed it. It was an awesome games. Rook h3, fun move. Rook h3. We played h4 to bring it out. My opponent did not accept this bishop takes e4. By the way, I mentioned that this was a gambit and why I have these on. Bishop takes e4 was... Sorry, here, now it's their turn. Bishop takes e4 is going to play a3. Now, if you lose the pin with this, I was going to take the bishop. So you have to take, which gives me this great capture. And the bishop is going to come back, queen g4. This is the Leela Gambit featured on my channel. And this is the reverse Leela Gambit because it's actually typically something you play with black. But here I'm with white, and so I'm using... I just have an extra move, and I used it to play h4. Yes, see, I was going to play a3. I could play pawn takes here. I'm going to play knight takes instead because I want this queen to come out to g4. And then I think we can really cook. We got some cooks in the kitchen. We've got some cooks in the kitchen. Greatest ever Olympics? Maybe. There were a lot of goats there, you know. Ledecky, Biles, LeBron, McLaughlin. I'm just naming Americans. I'm sure there were great non-Americans too. Queen G4. Alright, Rook G3, Rook F3. No, not. I don't have that one. I don't know why I have the glasses on. I'm not down anything. I got all 8 pawns, actually. But this is fun stuff. I love having the pawn there coupled with Queen G4. In general, like, if you can go E5 and Queen G4, like, make that knight move, like, there might not be any good way to deal with this. So now I have H5, which is fun, which really pressures G6, especially with Bishop D3. I also have another bishop. Don't forget about him. And this rook, there's a lot of things this rook could be doing. A lot of things. So rook H3 is a very useful move. My opponent probably shouldn't have taken unprompted. I was going to play A3 to prompt them. Should not have now bishop F6, or just H5, or castles. Lots of things. Let's play H5. I can tell people now that my chess coach is an FM. I'm flattered. Maybe bishop F6 I should have played, because this seems kind of annoying, actually. Bishop F6 first. Could have maybe not had this issue. I don't know if this is an issue at all. Do I want queen takes or rook takes? I feel like they're both kind of already in good spots. I'm going to go rook takes. Yeah, let's go rook takes. Bishop F6 and take here seems like the next idea. It does seem like a shame because it had some potential in third rank. What I should have done... Alright, now let's throw this in. E takes D4, can you do it? E takes D4, maybe I'll castle. Seems fun. Marchand, absolutely. Absolutely. Now takes queen coming across. I think a spicier move might be long castles. Seems very unnecessary. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this. So we're hitting here. Now rook d1, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Queen c8 is forced. Also, you weren't threatening the long castle anyway. This bishop was a monster. Just an absolute monster. Yeah, I don't even think time was of the essence there. Really, everything's coming together here. It's like what that guy said from The Emperor's New Groove. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Yeah, queen c8. I've got ideas to like go like takes. Try and get some like cute little checkmate in there. I think just objectively the best move is probably bishop b5, just completing the development. And honestly, my king can just run there and be so safe. If it needs to. Nobody's touching me. Bishop b5 is attacking here. Yeah, like for example, bishop b5, let's say you go take not to lose it, a6. I can go rook d8 check, win the queen due to this pin. But that can't be the best. It just can't. And like I said, there's really no rush. Let's go rook takes h7. Maybe rook g5 and rook g8. Seems close, yeah? G5. Yeah, I mean, that could do it. Like, this king is close to getting mated. I'm just actually ignoring this pawn. Kind of interesting. Again, we're in a situation where I can't really be touched, and it's so hard for black to move around. You can't move the queen. You can't really move the bishop. I guess you could. But even like takes does nothing. Oh, they forgot about this. I was going to say you can't move the knight because of this. They could have traded here, but then they're in a situation where that was kind of like their last piece that could defend. Knight b5. Takes check. Yeah, almost. King d7. Just trying to find the most nice way to do it. But let's just find a way to do it. I think this is good. What I wanted to do against bishop c6 was queen e4, which I thought was really cute. So you can't take my queen legally. And of course, knight takes b5 would be very good. And otherwise, I'm threatening to take this and then take this. So yeah, I mean, just all the pieces firing on all cylinders here. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Ms. Aronson. What do we got? Got something cute. Takes. A takes b5. Oh no. Okay. I think maybe we should just be up a piece. Should just chill and be up a piece. Knight takes, really? Okay, I think we can checkmate you. Here, here, here. Ray gun. That was funny. That was really funny. Honestly, if I had the opportunity to be in the Olympics, even if I wasn't good at an Olympic sport, which I'm not, I would do it. No shade, no shame. Totally respect that. Putting yourself out there. I don't know why people are hating. You know who was the great break? Phil Wizard. My man. Oh, Canada. Phil Wizard killed it. Favorite Olympian. Modern ideas in chess and the compilation are these best games. Here, I think we got him. Takes. I guess we never even needed this idea. It was quite strong. But yeah, I think in this game in general, it was the idea of playing e5 and queen g4 is a big one, right? And it's before they castle and puts a lot of pressure on the king side here. And things just flow from this point. And takes e4 was the gambit I was talking about, but a3 takes, knight takes, hits the bishop, and then queen g4 comes anyway, which is a fun one. And the Leela gambit covered on my channel. This is a reverse one where we have h4, which makes things even better. Someone recommended that to me, actually. I forgot who, which I kind of feel bad about. But here comes queen g4, and then, you know, like all my pieces here are just absolute monsters. Like, you know, how that comes in. The bishop came to f6. We played h4, h5. The rook had ideas this way. And it's just a really dreadful situation, and soon black is actually just getting checkmated by me punching him out there. But because the bishop on f6 here, I mean, just brutal. Just brutal stuff. So, GG. Oh, you were the one with aphantasia. Yes, yes, yes. We discussed this. You taught me what that was. Alright. We're vibing here. I like playing 10-0. I kind of like playing 10-0. I mean, you guys can tell me what you think. If you'd rather see, like, 3-0, 3 minutes for each side, or 10 minutes for each side. But I kind of like Every time I play 3-0, it's like, okay, it's a maybe there's some good ideas, and then it's just a crazy time scramble, and it's like, well, it's not as educational, I guess. It's not as real chess. Maybe, like, oh, sorry. Gotta recognize when I'm far from the mic. Oh, this is the Bush Gas, but Scotch players, which is not good. E5 here is interesting. Queen E7, I think this is good. Queen E7 without ever blocking the bishop is nice. Knight F5. No, don't do that. Huh. I'm always impressed when people rattle off moves like it's theory, but they're bad. I don't think impressed is the right word. Just like surprised. What's the idea here? Takes knight e4 check and takes f5. Can I do that? Knight c3, d5. Also knight e4 right away, or d6 is also possible because takes. No, it's not possible. Knight e4, knight e3. Knight e4, I guess I was saying takes g7. Does this work? We never really addressed that. Takes. King takes just to make knight e4 check, just to break the pin and take this knight. Of course, if I were just a normal person, just trading queens and castling is a very, very, very solid extra pawn. But this is fun. Takes a knight e4 check, and now I can grab that knight and go up 2 pawns and ruin your castle. As long as I don't get got here. But I don't think I'm gonna get got. I don't think I'm gonna. Does the reverse Leela have enough unique ideas where a video can be made about it? That's a great question. I have a video on it on my YouTube that I think is in the same playlist. If you go to my link tree and look for, if you go to linktree.wgraif/wgraif. Here I could queen takes e4. I don't really have rook e8 support. Let's just play d5. Yeah, so I'm up 2 pawns and you can't castle. So, again, we're talking about anti-compensation. Wow. That move made me choke on my water. Literally. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I respect going for it. What can I say? Queen f6, take, check. Here, that would win the queen, right? So you'd have to take, bishop e6, also playable. Queen e5, also playable. I can also just take this pawn, obviously, but that's no fun. Queen g6. Queen g6 is probably the most straightforward. I think... lots of options, right? Alright, let's go here. Let's keep queen h4 on the table. Yeah, knight d5 would lose the queen. Check and takes. Knight e4 is obliged. I want to keep queen h4 on the table. Oh yeah, that's going to lose. Bless me. I'm not sure this was the best choice I made. I think, because if you just take queen takes, bishop e6, I don't think this was so smart on my part. Anyway, now we win the queen. Yeah, so with the reverse Leela Gambit, I could make like a separate full repertoire pre-recorded video. I could. It might be worth investigating the theory there. I guess Owen's defenses aren't so common. But that doesn't mean... I guess I have videos about less common lines than that. People do it. You're all glad I'm not a normal person. That's sweet. Yeah, would a normal person have absolutely no plans to take this queen and is only thinking about rook d8 and here? obviously that was resignable, but it just caught me by surprise, I guess. Yeah, maybe a pre-recorded video there could be interesting. I mean, I'm sure nobody on the internet has covered that. And it's a great option against the Owens. It's a great option. And people play it. People totally play it. Yeah, it's a good idea, actually. Maybe I'll make that video. Maybe I'll make that video. G6. Making my way through my gambits. That's so nice. Yeah, Leela is just against b3. b3, e5, bishop b2, knight c6, e3, d5, bishop b5, knight e7. You can check them all out on my link tree. Can I just say I really like your last name? Let's play a 4. Get the rook cooking there. Here's the thing, right? I could play knight f3 and castle. I think objectively the better option is take queen d2. Let's take, because it's something I'm going to have to do anyway. And I want to see, based off of what they do. This is a good move. F takes, I think, gets rid of a weakness for them. And I think they're okay. Bishop e6, very good choice, actually. Keeps f7 solid. I think that was actually a really good choice on their part. Alright, let's trade. Couple options here. Gotta see what they do. Don't want to let them out alive, but I think with correct play, they can. E5 is a bit of a concession, because it locks that down. Again, I can't stop their castle. Knight d5, they have this. Oh, well, oh, I have access. Okay, I am in time. My other idea in a lot of lines was h4, h5. Yeah, knight d5 here, knight f6. Take, rook f8. I mean, it's not like that's like so great necessarily. Bishop comes back, queen d7. Knight d5, knight c6, bishop f6. Could be very good. h4, knight c6, h5. Queen d7, h6. Alright, I think I should start with knight d5 though. So knight c6, I think this is a good choice. I think this is what's going to stop them from castling the most. Bishop f6, tricky one. My pieces are operating here really nicely with the pin still in effect. Otherwise, what do you do about that? How did I forget it? Did I forget about this? I don't even remember what I was thinking about. Okay. Anyway, we're going to trade off for that and maybe try and get him here. Alright, trade. What was I even thinking there? I don't know why. Okay. Regardless, I think that trade is a success, but I think that time could have been spent more effectively playing h4, h5. If I get my pawn to h5 here, yes, rook f4 is a good move. If I got my pawn to h5 here, then takes and queen h6 would get him, but not with the rook in my way. Alright, we're still going to choose long castle because I feel like they can't do anything to my king over here. But they do control this file, and it's hard to operate without it. h4, h5 still has merit, even if it's not going to checkmate them. Knight seems solid here. They could play knight d4, but again, like the rook should stay. h5, g5 is their idea. It's a good execution of the push-past rule. And, yeah, not so clear how to proceed. I think what I want... No, it's actually really not so clear. Let's just play here. I wanted h5, g5, and then to bring my knight to f5. That's kind of where my head's at. My other idea was like d4 and trying to hit them on multiple sides. you know, because I don't think they can do too much. King b1, they have knight b4. It's actually kind of annoying. I can't really play a3. Queen a2 check. Okay, d4 now is good. Rook takes f3. Do you want to do it? Maybe. Rook takes f3, not out of the question. Oh, I thought this was hanging. I thought this was hanging. Oh, this might have been really stupid. Why did I think this was hanging? Oh, that was very stupid. I'm now losing this pawn. Or, well, maybe not quite because they gave me this check. I think they could have taken it last turn. No, I don't like my position, though. I don't know why. I thought this rook was hanging. I thought they couldn't take it. I didn't see that that was defended. Alright, while my rook is still here, can I trigger a g5? Or are you going to try and get away with that and accept that trade that opens onto your king? They could accept that. I'm not sure. Like, I'm gambiting a pawn there. I'm not sure I have a ton for it. After queen takes g6, it seems pretty solid, if I had to say, honestly. g5. g5 would be nice. I want that open. g5. Okay, now we trade. Queen takes g6, though. I think it's not so bad. King takes g6. Caught me by surprise a little bit. Queen d3. Keep the pin, keep the pressure. Pawn is in the way of what would have been imminent checkmate if I could have gone check there last turn. The king g7. I might. I'm just gonna play a3. I don't have much time. Check and takes. Why didn't I do that? Check and takes. Check and takes. Yeah, they covered that. Alright, pin and pressure. Pin and pressure here. Pin and pressure. Threatening rook takes h6. I mean, they can just kind of go here, though. Or queen e5. Queen e5, good move. It's probably a very good move, actually. Well, okay. I mean, I could trade queens, take and take, but that's just a drawn endgame. That is a move as well. Check. Oh, they have rook g5. Not even seeing these things. I have very little time as well. I really worked myself into a corner this game. Trying to sneak in there. Rook f6. I can trade everything and take h6, but that's not what I'm trying to get at. Can try queen b6. Obviously, I don't want to repeat. Also, I think rook g5 is a good move. Alright, I don't want that just drawn endgame, so I'm going to try this. But trader rooks is good for them. They can go check if they want. And then just queen back. Yeah, damn. They traded off all the things. Wow. Not my best work here. Not my best work. I have nothing to attack anymore. Not my best. I played b3 just because I don't want any checks that could force the queens off, in which case I would lose instantly. I'm just going to try and keep checking. Maybe I should have just taken that drawn endgame by trading. I don't know how I would ever possibly have any winning chances in this. Just destroying my own checking lanes there. Not smart. I can't trade queens or I lose immediately. fork of the pawns, maybe. Although a4 is still a little nasty to deal with. Takes. We have 2. I come back with my king. Got to deal with these checks. Check, 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 check. Do I step up with the king? Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. Check me again. I'll take it. I think my opponent aired here. 11 seconds. I mean, I think I'm the one who aired. I don't know. I'm possibly going to do this in 11 seconds. No, I just helped them. I just gave them a move. Oh, queen takes b3 also. Yikes. Oh, b6 wins the game. No, they didn't see it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to flag. I don't know what to do. Otherwise, I'm not sure what the objective evaluation of this is, but not much of a shot here. No, they can trade and win. Oh, man. Again, they can trade and win. Yeah. King G2 they need. Yep, correct. Nice. Oh, well. Oh, well. Very poor time management on my part, but also poor attacking, and props to my opponent. I think my opponent played a really, really, really excellent game there. I think they certainly did. Double the rooks. Yeah, I think I needed to open the G file somehow there. I needed G4, G5. My opponent was playing very solidly, though, and kind of kept that all in check. But I think I was trying to, like, get them right away in a situation where I couldn't. And they couldn't make much progress. You know, they're just trying to hold and defend. I don't know what they were going to do to me if I just took a couple moments there and tried to play G4, G5. I think that was the way to go. Do I have a suggestion against the Dutch? I mean, this Daunton Gambit is good, and you know, I'm not going to be the first to tell you that, or the first to offer material on it. I think most Dutch players should be expecting it. I think, like, the best thing to do against a Dutch, as I lean closer to the microphone for you guys, is d4, f5. Like, e4 is good. I think the best thing to do is knight c3, trying to play e4. Again, berserk here. d4, f5, knight c3, trying to play e4. And knight f6, play bishop g5. Again, you're looking at ideas of e4. Even if that's a gambit, takes an f3, and then a lot of pressure here. Oh, did I get points in the arena for that? I do. My opponent didn't make a move. Currently opening with d4 as I find the Von Poel particularly effective at my very low level, but I occasionally get surprised by the Dutch. Yeah, I think, you know, if you don't want to learn Staunton theory, that's fine. Knight c3 on the second move, and if you can play e4, do it. And then otherwise, knight f6, I play bishop g5, and continue the pressure there. I think, you know, also your first few moves there are looking a lot like Von Poel. My opponent is high rated here. Phil Mayer, not to be confused with his brother John. I'm kidding. I'm so funny. didn't know there was a city called Phil to be the mayor of. This was a good opportunity to test the abstinence, I think. Probably should have. There's like a Schronce idea here with bishop d2 and trying to make this gambit kind of work. Knight takes c3. I've seen this and put the bishop on c3, right? Though my opponent's not giving me any of that. I don't remember what else Mr. Schronce said in this video about what to do here. I assume I don't want to open this. Let's play bishop d3. Just gonna castle and such and just try to attack. Pressure. This did not go as planned. Alright, I think I gotta take it and give them that in one turn. Worse things have happened. They're also in a situation where if they castle, this is worth thinking about. But I don't think it works, because queen h5, like king takes h7, knight g5, king g8, queen h5. They have knight f6 there, right? Which is the queen and holds that square. And if I were to take that knight in that same position... okay, well, anyway. Oh, now I've played bishop takes, so now they can castle because I don't have an h5 check. I can't go there. No bishop. Alright, well, do I have something cooking? It would be like a Lasker double bishop sacrifice, but I got the knight in the way. So this isn't... No cooks yet. Let's just play... Well, queen c2 invites knight b4, doesn't it? Need some good ideas. Alright, queen c2 is a good place to start. And just rook d1. So there's no knight b4, right? But my opponent's playing so solidly. Not giving me an inch here. I guess I should just play a3. Alright, let's shift queen e2. So knight b4, at least I could play bishop b1 to dodge that. And we'll continue getting our pieces in the game. I guess we're operating well here. But, like, honestly, they could just get this rolling. And their pawn majority starts looking good. Like, they have an extra pawn. Just very well done on their part. Queen e4, f5. Is this a slip-up? I don't think so. Check here. Can I take f5 in that position? Alright, let's play h3. Here, I'll play g4 and grab that pawn, so I think you have to take me. Like, I'm happy to play g4, bishop g6, take, or I don't have to take it. But I want that pawn. Why not? I think bishop g4, was it necessary? Yeah, they didn't have f5. They didn't have f5, okay. So they take it. Yeah, I think they were better off playing bishop d7, rook e8, so that they could then support this advance maybe a little bit more. I don't know if they had time to do all that. Now, cooking on the light squares a little bit, because they're down to the dark square bishop, dark square center pawn, and no light square bishop, right? So they need g6 to not get mated. Which I can induce, but it's not the end of the world for them. Could just... Well, a bishop move here Yeah, they're bishop e4 was a much better choice. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. It's consistent with the ideas of putting pressure here and on e5. I just tucked it back this way. Yeah, any queen here, I mean, they can just go g6. Bishop should have been here. Queen c7 they would have played. Then we're talking about maybe queen f5, queen f6. Still not a lot. I need like f4. I need some help from my pawns. That's, I think, what we're missing here. Now, if you're black, probably bishop c7, bishop b4. Okay, wait. I want to see how you're going to recapture. The rook, right? Now there's no f5. That's kind of my point. Queen e4, g6. Takes b4. Okay, I think my only chance here is queen e4, g6. Taking this and then trying to grab the e5 pawn, right? But there is rook d1 at the end of most of these lines. So this might not have even been that good. Alright, let's try this with f4. Just try to make something happen. Not sure. We should have played king h1 at some moment, like I said. Also should have had more time. Yeah, they actually have check and f5. Check and f5 is a great resource. And now I don't have a check here. They're able to play e4. I think that's pretty solid extra pawn. They do this instead. Okay. Now I have a couple targets, but they have queen e7. And I'm just short on pieces. Like, bishop a2 would be nice there. I think we got a zigzag, though. Queen e7 forced. Forced? Forced, yeah. Really? Oh! Well, queen e7. I just saw that it existed and I just jumped at it, but it doesn't do anything. Okay. Let's continue to try to take this. They have queen e5, which continues to bother me, though. Damn, I was so close to being like a really good move. Queen e7 just dealt with everything. Queen e5, I'm just gotta slide. I don't want the queens off, but I don't know how to get them. Queen f... What's my plan here, anyway? I don't want to do any of these things. Should the bishop go there? Queen e3, queen there. This is what I'm banking on. No, don't block my idea. Yes! No! Still can't do it. My rook is hanging. Check. I don't know what to do. Aha. Finally, my tricky idea. Oh, I can take it. Somehow even this isn't that clear because I was down so much before. Beast mode king. Do I take on c... No. I was check. No. Rough. Rough one. Okay. Oh, Phil Mayer won. He won. I guess that one didn't even count towards his total because it was after the arena. Oh my god, it's 10:06. It was way after the arena. But he tied for first nonetheless. And still won. So congrats to him. Very well deserved. Or her. He's the mayor of Phil. Some messages from chat. Great gift. Hey, well, have you seen the bird's eye gambit Philidor defense on Leech chess? It's basically a Goring. I'll Google that. Bird's eye gambit Philidor defense. Leech chess. Crush Philidor with this rare gambit. I've seen this idea. Bishop c4. I have seen this. This is a good. It's a good repertoire. Of course, they don't have to take dc3. I think after bishop c4, this is, yeah, as you said, looks a lot like a Goring or Danish. It would be this position, right? I think probably the best resource is bishop e6. So that's, I'm clicking on where that's covered. Oh yeah, a lot of things under attack here. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, this can't be good for black. Nice. Nice, good study here. Good study, bird's eye gambit. I think if I'm black, I probably don't want to take on c3 at all. I probably don't want to take on c3 at all. Is that... Well, this is extensively covered. 31 chapters here. I don't even make Leech chess studies like this. I don't. I'm thorough in my videos, and I just like link my Leech chess study, which is just kind of most of the moves I talked about. I'm often not good with the annotations there. William, is what you suggested the so-called refutation of the Dutch by LC0? I think it is the engine recommended way to play against the Dutch. Knight c3 and trying to play e4. We have 6, bishop g5, right? I think this is the recommended way to do it by the engine, and yeah, to try and get in e4 as fast as you can. The zombie king one. Yeah. No, I mean, fun stuff. It's a good motif in general, like d4, c3, bishop c4. Like, the Danish is very, very dangerous and very, very fun to play with white if black kind of just accepts it, like takes the pawn once or twice, and then just then tries to defend and doesn't hit you with like d5 or any of those sharp lines that bails them out of these defensive positions. It's very, very fun. The issue is that they do have those bailouts. So trying to find creative workarounds like this or the Goring, I think is great to not give them those options and to press on with fun attacking positions. 4:07 at your house. Yeah, go to sleep, man. All right, I am feeling pretty tired, and well, no, you know what? Let's actually keep playing. I don't know. Do I have anything? Yeah. 10, 5, 3. Let's do 10. Oh, that's a long arena. Let's do a 5. Let's do a 5. Good night, Mr. Josuha Barbaros. Yeah, Adam Iskosak, my man, makes good stuff. Definitely makes good stuff. I like, certainly a Gambit Chad. Great creative ideas. I like what he's got. I like it a lot. Carlos Noel. Trying to get a Yan Yan. I want to play d5. I mean, you should probably just play d4. Okay, I'll play d4. I'll play knight f3. We'll give them one more chance. d5, I think now, though, takes, queen takes. Knight c4 is a great option. Ooh, so this changed things. If I go d4 now, yeah, oh, this might have been a good move. If I go d4 now, takes, check. Could be some annoying things. I think my knight should be here. Do they want to go d5? Takes. I would go knight e3. They could go d5. They just go d6. Now d4? I think now d4. Now it's well supported by my pieces. Takes. What to do? This pawn's not going anywhere, and I'd love to deal... I think this is the most annoying move, if I'm black. Because there's no... Well, you can play knight f6, knight g5, knight e5. But what I wanted to play here was castles. Takes rook e1. I guess maybe with d5. Yeah, castles. Maybe you can... You know what? I'm going to test him. Do it. Do it. Do it, you won't. What do I think of the Halloween Gambit? I mean, like, I think there's, what do I say? It's funny because black could decline it. I mean, just like on principle, you feel terrible about doing that, and you should. Because like in that position after e5, you could just play like d5, give the knight back, and then you're actually just a little bit better, I think. But otherwise, I mean, I don't know. Like you got to play an g8. Like there's nothing easy there for black. There's no just easy refutation. Like you got to play an g8, and then you got to like you got to deal with your position. It's not worth a piece. Especially because black's king is under no imminent danger, you know? Give me a piece, you gotta put their king under imminent danger. But otherwise... bishop g3, bishop e3, bishop g3. I like this h takes. I'm not concerned about my king here. I have queen takes d6. I think queen d2 is best. I don't want to trade this. Although I should be much faster here. I need to be faster. e5, I have f4 still. I don't want to allow them to like have access to an outpost. Just go h takes. I like this. This is kind of fun. Play f4 next. Oh, rook d1 rather. Let's just back it up. d1. So he keeps some pressure here. Opposite color bishops makes it trickier. g4, g5, f4. Like I can push them given my weird sort of flexible structure. Yeah, go. I don't know. I don't know. g5 seems possible. Like h3? I mean, rook d3, that probably made more sense. Keeping the pawn there and maybe putting my rook on d3 make the most sense. Bishop should be here. Ah, interesting. Okay. I should have just attacked that. Queen d5. King g2. Yeah, now takes. I think we can get him. Takes, rook takes h4. Takes and queen in. Because if bishop takes, now I have f4 with no pin. Oh, what, 9 seconds? Jesus. It's not a lot of seconds. Oh. the hell? They're just trying to confuse me with very little time. No! Oh, I tried to click on my queen. Yikes. This is tough. Tough to play like this. Tough. I don't know. There's just no time here. Alright. What is my favorite gambit OAT? I don't know what OAT means. Also, of my entire gambit repertoire, what do I think is the most sound and most dubious? Also, my opening repertoire is crazy. Great questions, great stuff. The most sound, I'd have to go Leela Gambit. I mean, first of all, we're talking about one that was actually played by one of the best chess engines in the world, right? That it actually chose that to play of all things. Now, it is a fun chess engine, but it's also like 3,500 plus strength. So it's that, plus also, you know, even under Stockfish, you're not worse. And so I think it's very, very low risk, and I would play it over the board for sure. Most dubious, I think this is an easy one. The answer is the Dummy Gambit. It was named very aptly by me, just to remind you all that it's for dummies and that it has a reputation. A poor reputation because it has a refutation, but it's just so fun. This is the one to play against the Alekhine. This is the Envy Gambit, which is also ranks on the more between Leela Gambit and Dummy Gambit. It is closer to the former because this is a fun one to play against the B3 London, which is not a good choice by any means. Because now we're in a situation where white is uncastled. We put that quick pressure on F2. And this is really, really easy for us. Queen takes F6 is also a nice move here. They have B3, which causes them... Oh, no, don't do that. Your pawn wasn't there. But yeah, basically with bishop G4 and AC6 and the rooks pouring in here, it was almost inevitable that there was going to be something losing pretty fast. Bishop takes F2 check, I think. Here takes... check. And bye-bye queen. Yeah, there's no check. Thanks to this guy. Can't even get it back. Halloween Gambit. E4, E5, knight 3, knight C6. It would be interesting for me to go through my repertoire and to kind of rank them all by these sort of metrics on this scale. Yeah, rook E1. I think queen E2 there was literally completely unstoppable. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, knight C3, knight F6, take D4, knight G6, bishop C4, D5. But don't you not play bishop C4 if you're white? You play E5, right? You play E5, and then you gotta go knight G8, which keeps things a little tricky for them, right? Facing a Joe Bava. Oh! This is a random person on the internet that's playing a Von Popiel. Wait. Oh, no, it's a Black Mardeemer. Okay. C5 is a spicy move against Black Mardeemer, so it's E5. Could just accept it and play bishop F5 and try to back up my claims that it doesn't really do much. What is the best way here? Bishop F5. No, you know what? Yeah, I think I need to take it and just come out here. So yeah, the reason why the Von Poel is so much better than the Black Mardemer, in my view, is because the bishop cannot get to f5 with this trade in the Von Poel, in the Von Hennig, in any of that stuff, because there is queen takes f3 in that position. That's why we delayed it a move, which would have attacked f5 and b7 if we play bishop g5 first. That's the key difference. So they're never able to play just takes, knight takes, and then put the bishop on f5, which guards this diagonal critically. Right? This is kind of the way that I addressed this issue, where I tried to improve upon this line because I've, with an understanding of the refutation. Yeah, so they're trying to do this maneuver, but it's just not going to get me because my bishop here will guard it. They're doing this maneuver as if my bishop were on c8, which in which case I'd be in a lot of trouble. That's what happens in some of these Von Hennigs and Von Poels. Yeah, so now, I'm happy to make that trade. This bishop was needed to get me, put pressure on h7, and it just doesn't exist anymore. What else has been going on in life? I saw Glass Animals at Madison Square Garden. So good. Such a great show. I saw them at Lollapalooza Music Festival in Chicago 3 years ago. I went to the University of Chicago. I was there at the time, and I was there that summer. It was right after Heat Waves came out, which was like Song of the Summer, and that was like you could tell that was like their first big break and everything. Like this was their first big show they'd been performing at, and they were really touched. And now I saw them like almost selling out Madison Square Garden a few years later. They were really great. They did just like a great job. It was a great show. I don't intend to allow knight takes f6. Knight takes f6. It's not scary. Trade, king g8. Nothing's going to happen. Here I'm attacking d3. I'm up a couple of pawns. I think I can just take this. g5, knight g6. Rook f1 doesn't even make a threat, really. You can also just go knight. Shout out to this pawn. Yeah, I think we're totally safe here. Not that I needed to allow that. This is also a good way to deal with invasions, is to be able to prepare either rook e7 or rook f7, something like that next turn, right? To really just guard that rank. No, I'm just going to grab that pawn. And it's also, yeah, if they took that before, this would have been checkmate. They just created that square, though. Well, takes, how do I, e1? Don't take that. This is a little, not necessary. But, okay, rook e2 is going to untangle me, right? Rook e2, how do I do this? d2, just d2, no, don't do that. What to do here? Rook e, okay, well, I'm happy to make that trade. Not a lot of time. Add another pawn. A backup one, if you will. There we go. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I mean that's for me the fastest way to do it is to do what I did as a kid, which is which is just like the knight's shape distance from the king, drive him back until you got here, and then they're in a little box. And then the king just comes there to support queen b7, or in this case, the knight was a little faster. Am I able to play the Von Poel against Scandi? Yes, in fact, that's what I do. As an e4 player, because there's other gambits I like, you can get the Von Poel pretty much every time if you're a d4 player. And for a while on stream, that's what I did, until I, came up with some other e4 gambits. And I play e4 because I can still get it against Scandi. d5, I play d4 every time. Every time. Totally. Go berserk. Against Glek for knights, where white plays g3. So we're talking about this position. g3 cannot be a particularly common move. Knight takes e4, and it's completely sound Stockfish approved. Oh, my opponent played g3 here. I was trying to get it. You think if I play knight f6, they play knight f3? No, they'll play bishop g2. Yeah. Okay. Come up with something else here. Play h5, h4. Oh, you're gonna castle into that? It's not my funeral. So there's no d4 here. Yeah, knight a4 is an idea, right? Maybe I should have played a6 if I didn't want that. But this was more of a priority to me, as priorities go. All right, let's take it. That's my last use of this bishop. Oh, no, you can't do that. You cannot do that, sir. No. Could I play queen h4? Take here. Take here. All right, maybe I should just take this, but I feel like it kind of blocks my style. Queen h4, fg3, queen h2, king f2, bishop h3, rook g1. Yeah, it's kind of a fun option. Thrones mate. If they played h3, well, I'd take, and then... Oh, they're doing this. So I don't want to just allow that, right? Take h3 right now, take g3 is a good move. So I'm going to take this. Should I grab that knight, or should I take h3? I could grab that knight and probably take h3 next turn. They can go here. Take h3. What's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to save their knight. I'm going to take that. They're going to go rook takes. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to grab their queen. If they go king takes, then I go check and mate. So I don't think you can save your knight. That's what I'm going with. We'll see. We'll see. Try saving your knight. Otherwise, if the knight's still there, then that that's the only this my decision whether or not to take h3 is only about whether or not you can save your knight. Right? Like maybe they have another move that defends, but if queen f1 is their best move, then this is correct because then I can always take this knight next, if that makes sense. Right? So the only thing I need to calculate is whether or not they can move this and whether or not I'll lose this option. Jeez, I don't know what that was. Are there any openings I would recommend to beginners? 1600 on Lee Chess, which is absolutely not a beginner. And ones I would not recommend. Yes, I mean, my recommendations absolutely would vary with rating. My main e4 opening is the Scotch Gambit with a little dash of Goring. I think Scotch Gambit can be fun. I think you'll know once you get to that point where it's just going to be everybody knows what to do, right? Like it's knight f6, e5, d5, bishop e5, knight e4, right? And knight takes d4, and then you get that same kind of dry equality, and you're never getting the exciting stuff that you think of with the word gambit. Like it's never actually going to be a gambit for you. But if you're still knocking people out, go for it. Can I bring this back? Just occurred to me as a possibility. Oh, what? I'm low on time. Alright, take. Okay, fine. Queen takes. You can survive. Still can't do this. No, don't do that. Oh, bishop. Didn't see that. I actually like completely forgot that I had berserked this game. I've been like kind of pretty chill and not really focused. Go G6, knight 4. I don't know why I keep berserking. Oh, interesting. That's my next check move. Yeah, no, I mean, I would recommend playing some of the gambits on my channel. Honestly, I think that like that's a perfect level for it. That is a perfect level for that stuff. I have no time again. What am I doing? Just not so smart. Wait a second. Take. Is for gate can be 3. No. Was that mate? Here. That's checkmate. But he could have gone here. I might have missed a mate. Damn. Can't always get him. Yeah, you can play King's Indian. I mean, you could. I mean, there's a lot to know there, and a lot of options for white. Honestly, I would recommend the Graif Budapest or the Graif Banco against d4. I think it's fun stuff. It's gambits you can play that your opponent doesn't know. It shows you how to play attacking chess. And, oh, yeah. Yan. Yeah, oh. I was about to say it was a yan, but then it wasn't. This seems like an opportunity to play d4. Just because queen takes and opening there. I'm just feeling d4 here, although it's not consistent with this line. They're over here. Okay. Takes. He takes, queen takes, takes, knight b5. Let's go check. Knight c6 was coming anyway. Go e5. On e6 next turn. I got it. Like, there's always a moment of weakness when you start that fianchetto. If you can grab that diagonal right away, something to watch out for. You know, you really want to fill it ASAP, so something to watch out for on both sides to take advantage of and to not let that happen to you. No way I win. Maybe you're talking about the last game. Maybe, yeah, I think maybe the chat's really delayed. Yeah, I thought I'd do it too. I had some chances there. Sorry, next stream I'll work on that chat delay. Work on that chat delay. This seems like a sus square. Can I play h3 and just force you here and then e6? Or should I play e6 right now? E6 right now forces the knight right back. h3 here, e6, f6. Might not be so bad for black, actually. Because I'm just going to lose that pawn. So do I play e6, knight f6, take, knight f3? Yeah, I think that's the line. It's nothing crazy. Knight should come back. I gotta remember to take that knight as soon as the king steps away, or else I'll lose my queen. Yeah, knight f6, take. This idea comes up in some Sicilians. Oh! My opponent dons the gambit glasses. Alright, wait, let me take this first. But my opponent has donned the gambit glasses and is gonna go a rook down in this position. I mean, oh, I'm so low on time for a change. I mean, I just, I'm all for gambits, but I mean, we're talking about a rook. A full rook. I don't think it was there. Not that I haven't done stupider things in the name of gambit kind. Yeah, my opponent keeps at it here. Alright. Keep sacrificing things. I could just kind of like put a stop, like just sacrifice the bishop just to tuck myself in because I'm up so much material here. Right, so like rook f1 just to be safe. Instead of even just putting my rook on the wrong side. Because I'm still a rook up. I was a rook and a piece up. Otherwise, I would have probably tried to play more as accurately as I could have. If that makes sense. My goodness, the sacrifices don't stop. Gotta respect it. Tim Toro, how you doing? Mr. Japan himself. We're facing a wild gambiteer. Get him this way. I need to get him. I got very little time here. Queen d7.